As a lot of people know, IBM announced the end of life of the 2.09 version, Planning Analytics. And today we want to talk about the transition from Planning Analytics 2.09 and the legacy tools. And we are Cubewise. Cubewise is IBM's biggest global partner for Planning Analytics, and it offers services and software products for the TM1 community. Myself, I'm Martin Winkler. I'm with Cubewise since more than 10 years, and I'm supporting a lot of customers in the DACH region. And I have Maurizio with me, who is a long-term colleague from me. And Maurizio, please introduce yourself quickly.
Thank you, Martin. As you said, my name is Maurizio Mioduski. I am practice manager here in DACH region at Cubewise. Overall, I have over 15 years of experience in TM1 world, so I am happy to have this discussion today on the very important point and the very important question: what's next?
So before we deep dive into the new world, so let's talk a little bit about the current landscape. So with the new version, IBM is introducing, obviously, it's completely new technology, new tools are coming into the market or into Planning Analytics. So maybe as a starting point, please summarize a little bit how important it is for companies to go away from outdated technologies and be open for new tools and new technologies.
I think you raised a very important point, being open, because Architect and Perspectives, we are mainly focusing on these two tools today as the legacy tools, which are C API based, like the old technology. Many of us, either on the power user side or developers, administrators, we've been raised in TM1 with Architect and Perspectives. So I can definitely say that some people may not feel very comfortable that all of a sudden those tools are taken away. So I think it's very important that people must be open for new technology, because with the new technology we are getting also a lot of new features which are important, and we will discuss them later.
So you mentioned already some of the legacy tools, so maybe to summarize a little bit, describe the current landscape. So what are the key tools in the current version which will be end of life pretty soon?
Current version, we are talking about Planning Analytics 2.09, which is end of life, end of October 2025. In the installation package, you always have TM1 server, you have Architect and Perspectives. In the new version, the 2.1, Planning Analytics 2.1, you don't have Architect and Perspectives, but you have other technologies like Workspace or PAFE, Planning Analytics for Excel, which are IBM proposed replacements.
Okay, so, and obviously there's a reason if big corporate like IBM announce such a move and an end of life of such a version. So maybe highlight a little bit the limitations of the current tools which will be end of life in October.
As I mentioned, the old legacy tools, they are C API based, which means it's an old technology, which means it doesn't support the latest features like the alternate hierarchies. They are slow also. The old tools are a little bit slow because of the connection to the TM1 server. The new technologies are based on REST API, so the latest API for TM1. Which supports alternate hierarchies, MDX, etc., etc.
Okay, so enough from the old world. So let's talk a little bit about the new Planning Analytics version. So you mentioned already October 2025 end of life. So an important question here is, before we do a deeper dive, what does it mean exactly? So I hear a lot from customers being quite nervous about this announcement. So does it mean that from October onwards, Planning Analytics is not running anymore if they are not upgrading?
It's very important and very good question, because I hear this question also very often. In the nutshell, no, it doesn't mean the old 2.09 will stop working. It means it's not supported anymore, which may raise some compliance issues at companies. For example, IT departments, they don't want to have any unsupported out-of-life software. But the TM1 models that the companies are having and Architect and Perspectives will still work. What it really means is if for whatever reason somebody finds a bug, a product bug in Architect or Perspectives, and the company or any business partner opens a support ticket with IBM and states the current version is 209X, whatever it is, it basically means IBM most likely answers, sorry, you have to upgrade. That's it. But it will still work. First of November, you can still use your TM1 model.
That's good to know. That's good to know. So then let's talk a bit more, still high level, about the new PA version. So you mentioned the old legacy tools, Architect and Perspective. So what are the new tools in the new Planalytics version, and where do you see the benefit from these new tools?
So the new tools are Planning Analytics Workspace, which is sort of a replacement of Architect or all-in-one platform. Workbench from Workspace, this is really the replacement for Architect, which allows developers to implement models and build the models. For Excel, IBM offers Planning Analytics for Excel, which is a replacement of Perspectives. Basically, it's another Excel add-in. However, it's important to know that in order to make it work with the new technology, with the new features, even if the customer is using only Excel, let's say, for working with TM1, still Workspace is needed to as a connection platform to translate the request from Excel to TM1.
Okay. So, and then maybe some of you know that IBM opened Planalytics some time ago. So this allows partners to develop their own tools which are natively connecting to Planning Analytics. And obviously, as we mentioned at the beginning, Cubewise is not only a service company, it's also a software development company. So can you highlight a little bit what kind of tools is Cubewise offering in this sense, as an example for a replacement of Architect?
Here at Cubewise, we offer Arc for TM1. It's a web-based tool, IDE tool, which allows developers to work, build models, like whatever we had in in Architect is now web-based, which brings tons of benefits for the organizations, and it's very lightweight. That's important to mention. So yeah, that's one of the options that we have as well.
So, and then when it comes to the replacement of Perspective, which is at IBM then Parfait, so what kind of product has Cubewise here in the offering?
We have Slice for TM1. Again, it's the same benefits as for Arc. We have here in Slice as well. It's very lightweight product, and it connects directly with the TM1, so we don't need Workspace, for example. Both of them are REST API, as you mentioned, because IBM opened some time ago TM1 for other technologies, and we are leveraging this functionality to allow customers the best experience and to ensure that all the latest features are available in our products.
So let's deep dive a bit into these two tools. So you just mentioned Arc as a tool for developers to have a modern development environment, IDE. So maybe you can summarize a little bit the benefits which you see, and then also the benefits which a lot of customers from us are seeing in using a tool like Arc.
If we compare Arc to Architect, from my perspective, working with multiple customers, big organizations as well that have massive landscapes of TM1, very complex models, multiple people working at the same time. Arc can be centralized, so you can install it on a server, and with the web browser on any machine, developers, power users can access it. So it doesn't require any RDP connection. It's like what we have right now as a, let's say, a standard on the market for development and coding, we bring it to Arc as well. That's one of the features. Another one is like if we compare it with perspectives which used to be, well, like coding in Notepad. Arc offers coloring, auto completion, everything that the, let's say, the programmers from not from TM1 but from normal programming languages know and have been using for ages. We bring it to Arc as well, and we bring it to the TM1 world, and we did it many years ago already. Other features are like snippets or beautifying features, or we can build templates. So our main focus in Arc is to make administrators and developers more productive, to give them tools they can focus on the, let's say, important things. I think anybody, there is nobody who likes recoding the same stuff, the boring stuff. We want to solve the business problems. So with Arc, we can focus on solving the business problems. We have other features like automated testing, which is great if you have to, like if you have very massive complex environments and you need to retest the same stuff just to make sure that end to end your model is working as expected. So the list goes on and on and on, and we can talk for hours about it. But
let's talk about this a bit more when we talk about next steps and what companies can do. So that was a good summary or a bit deep dive into Arc. So if we do the same with Slice, so as Slice a product which can be the replacement of Perspective, maybe you can also talk a little bit here about the benefits from an end user perspective and how difficult or easy it is for them to adapt to such a new tool.
I like to call Slice for TM1 as Perspectives Plus, because we basically offer the customers the same set of features as in Perspective. So let's say the end users who are not a heavy TM1 users, they get very quickly familiar and they feel comfortable in the new environment with the new product, because the names are the same, the structures are the same, and the concepts are the same. But we offer, again, much more. I already mentioned the lightweight product, which ensures very good performance. Also, it doesn't take almost any resources locally on the laptop, which means you don't feel like your machine is slowing down or you need to wait a long time to refresh. We have, again, thanks to REST API, we can have some cool new features, very important for end users, data analysts, like virtual calculations or virtual consolidations, which with formulas, we don't need to create now a new element in TM1, or they don't need to call IT or developer, hey, can you create a new KPI for me? They can do it directly with the MDX. So it's again, the list is much longer. I'm just highlighting a couple of important points, but I think it's really great tool. It's really great tool. Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting and great insights into the situation. So to recap a little bit and maybe also talk about the next steps. So obviously, if a company is running since a long time on these legacy tools, it's a big change process for them to move to new tools. So what is a sustainable path to come to a final decision which totally supports the organization? So first of all, is it possible to get a demo on the tools we just discussed today? So the standard IBM tools being Planning Analytics for Excel, being Parfait, and then also the tools which were developed from Cubewise, being Arc and Slice. So just to get a look and feel and a deep dive demo in a follow-up. Is this possible, and are you doing this often with customers or potential interested companies?
That's actually a very good question, because I have done many evaluation processes, and I led customers through the transition process. It is a change. We need to highlight this, and this needs to be said. But of course, we can offer demos. So the usual path that I like to do is we offer the demo. We demo both products, and I fully understand customers who cannot make a decision based on the demo. Like me being on the other side, I wouldn't make this decision. So then, what I always advise is, let's do a POC. So I ask customer, give us the complex Excel spreadsheet that you have, you are using to connect to TM1, and let's build it in both. Let's open it in Slice and in Puffer, so they can see the performance on their own. They can play around with look and feel of the applications of these two tools, but also they can see if there are some changes, because for the complex spreadsheets, there might be some changes required. It's a new technology behind, there are new features available, the workarounds that we all know and we take it as best practices in perspectives, they may not be valid anymore. We may need to have new best practices or apply new best practices for new tools. So for this, I think it's very important that the customer goes with us through this very small journey. So from we have it now in perspectives, we like it, we know it's heavy, but it works, to through the process of how do we migrate, how much time it takes us to migrate a complex spreadsheet, and also giving to a couple of test users the new tools so they can play around and they can get some impression what they like. At the end of the day, the users must like the tool, yeah. So it's also a little bit of personal taste if they like it or not.
Okay. So means first of all a more deep dive demo on it, and then definitely the recommendation to sign up for proof of concept to really do deep dive testing on the tools. So, but then the date will come and the company will make a decision with the big hope that everything gets better in the future. But then the hard work starts, the migration from the legacy tool to the tools which the company has decided to use in the future. So maybe you can summarize a little bit based on your experience the key pillars of these of the migration path.
I think we can split this into three main buckets. On one side, we need IT involvement. They need to implement the new tool, install a new tool, and deploy it for the users. The second thing, which is very important, is the change management process. At the end of the day, it is a new tool. The button that used to be here might be there. You know, the icons are different. Users at the beginning may feel a little bit unsafe, uncomfortable a little bit because it's a new tool, especially those users who are not using the legacy tools on the daily basis. So a set of trainings is important to be planned in the migration to get users on the boat as quickly as possible. And the last but definitely the most time-consuming part is the migration itself. Most of the spreadsheets, they should work in the new tool. Just open it, make it work. But the more complex the spreadsheets become, there might be more time needed for some, as I mentioned, some new best practices, some tweaks. We are not going to rebuild everything from scratch. It's not the idea here. But we may need to tweak a little bit the reports to be ready for the new technologies. And here we as in CubeWise, we can offer two different options really. Either we do everything on our own, or so the customer doesn't need to do anything, or we offer more like advisory services. So we advise customers what are the, let's say, the focus points they need to keep in mind when they do the migration and when they go through their own reports.
Okay, thank you very much. So to summarize at the end a little bit, let me ask you, 2 or 3 questions which you can easily answer. So first of all, Planalytics 209 will be end of life by
31st of October 2025.
Perfect. So a new version will be introduced then from IBM, but the current version 209 can still be used, yes or no?
Yes, with a small caveat, it's not supported anymore.
Exactly.
And the new version, just to be absolutely clear, the new version 2.1 is already on the market. So.
Yes, sure. So, and then in the new version, there are new tools, standard tools from IBM, Planalytics Workspace and Planalytics for Excel. But CubeWise, as IBM's biggest partner globally, is also offering tools for the community, being
Arc for TM1 and Slice for TM1.
And then, as an evaluation process, the strong recommendation from your side is to do what exactly?
To have a demo and have a small POC, let's call it a challenge. The customer should challenge both technologies to see which better fits them.
Perfect. So take up the challenge, get in contact with us. We are here to help you, and we support you in making the right decision for your company. Thanks a lot, Maurizio.
Thank you, Martin.